You've been asked to do something today that you haven't done all season. Guard Caitlin Clark. She's 0 for 3 when you're defending her. How have you made your presence felt there?
Well, let me knock on some wood real quick. She's a great player. I know she's going to come out second half ready to go, so I got a key in.
Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel, guys. I am Geneva, and this is Geneva in General. And guys, the bombs keep dropping. DeWanna Bonner is set to sign a one-year deal, a one-year contract with the Indiana Fever. Yes, she will become teammates with Caitlin Clark. This is very interesting, guys. Again, DeWanna Bonner, a big thing that I believe is what attracted her to the Indiana Fever, besides, I'm sure, the money, the perks, or whatever. Because, again, DeWanna Bonner, while she's in Indiana, in Indianapolis for the Indiana Fever, she will be separated from her wife, well, soon-to-be wife, Alyssa Thomas. They are currently engaged, Alyssa Thomas and DeWanna Bonner, for years, have been teammates at the Connecticut Sun, and they're also raising DeWanna Bonner's biological twin daughters. Again, it's amazing to me that she is 6'4", 140 pounds. The woman gave birth. She created 2 baby girls in her body, gave birth, and her legs are like a string bean. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to roast her or anything, but literally, DeWanna Bonner has to have a very strict caloric diet, because I'm really confused as to how she's so thin even after giving birth. Again, I'm gonna put it into perspective, guys. Again, she's 6'4", 140 pounds. That's what she's listed on Google. I am 5'5", 133 pounds. You see the muscle? Yeah, I'm getting swole. I could probably body slam DeWanna Bonner. Not saying I would, but again, I'm just she is so thin. I ain't gonna lie, sometimes it kind of concerns me how thin DeWanna Bonner is. But again, I'm not here to start no rumors or spread gossip again. I'm not a doctor. I'm just saying, for a woman of that height and who, she's a mother, she's a mother. I just hope everything is good with her health, and there's no body disorder or eating disorders or anything of that sort. But again, guys, don't quote me. I'm not saying that she is suffering from these things, but I'm just saying every time I see her, especially her legs, guys, my calf muscles, my calf muscle alone can fit both of her legs and my freaking calf muscle. But anyway, that's not what this video is about. So the Lovebirds have decided to split ways professionally on the basketball court, This article is from ESPN.com, and it reads, 6-time WNBA All-Star DeWanna Bonner is signing a one-year deal with the Indiana Fever, sources told ESPN on Sunday, which is today. Bonner has spent the past 5 seasons with the Sun, helping Connecticut get to semifinal appearances each of those years and a WNBA Finals berth in 2022. She is 7 points away from moving up to number 3 on the league's all-time scoring list, She ain't nothing to be played with. She's a huge asset for the Indiana Fever. Despite her age, I'm not trying to be ageist, but we got to keep it real. Your age very much typically affects your athleticism, your athletic ability. DeWanna Bonner is 37 years of age, Almost 40. Diana Taurasi is 42. They say that she's knocking on retirement's door, but we shall see. The 6'4" Bonner averaged 15 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists per game in 2024 and earned her 3rd All-Star selection in 4 years. A 2-time All-Veteran selection and 15-year veteran, Bonner brings championship pedigree to Indiana from her first 10 seasons in the league with the Phoenix Mercury. This is crazy. Now her wife is with Phoenix Mercury, Alyssa Thomas, that is. She was part of Phoenix's 2009 and 2014 championship teams. It was named the 6th Woman of the Year 3 times from 2009 to 2011, She got a stacked resume. The Fever, who went 20 for 20 in 2024 and were swept in the first round of the playoffs. That was a good game. Remember, they was getting chippy? Her and Caitlin Clark, They was kind of grabbing on each other. She was like, you get off me, now you get off of me. It was funny, Now the teammates. It says, have made notable moves this offseason to surround their young core of number 1 picks, Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston, with veterans with postseason experience. Clark said Sunday that Indiana's front office is making moves to help us win now. I think that Chicago Sky 8. Let me continue. I think that's really important, Clark said before her number 22 jersey was retired at Iowa. They're putting really good pieces together that are going to complement each other really, really well. By re-signing star guard Kelsey Mitchell, yes, guys, Kelsey was like, you know what? I'm unsure about my future as it pertains to me being a possible Indiana Fever. Will I retain this jersey on my back? She was like, you know what? I got to do what's best for me, As it in regards and reference to her becoming a free agent in this current upcoming 2025 WNBA season. Kelsey Mitchell was kind of putting out there to the girls girl, I'm leaving the Fever. They said, I guess that money talks, because girl Kelsey Mitchell said, forget my plans. I'm Indiana Fever, They They also traded for Sophie Cunningham and snagging free agents Natasha Howard and Bonner. The Fever have positioned themselves in the title contention conversation. Yes, they have. Since their focus was the addition of veteran championship experience this offseason, after entering the 2024 playoffs with just 19 games, a postseason experience across the roster, 0 among starters, that youth showed at times when Bonner's son swept Indiana in the first round. Yes, it did, okay? It's just exciting times, Clark said. I think you look around the WNBA, and that goes for all 13 teams now, and there's real activity, there's fun free agency to follow. That's what's making people so excited about it. That's going to attract more people to our league. You get to follow these storylines. Yes, the WNBA, specifically this 2025 WNBA season with all these free agencies, okay? Enemies turn to besties, aka Marina Mabrey and DeJanae Carrington. Lovers on the same team, aka DeJanae Carrington and Alyssa Smith. Enemies who used to be teammates. It's just crazy, right? All the storylines that's going on in the WNBA. It's like a soap opera, but with sports, okay? This is why women, we got to support the WNBA. It only makes sense. Bonner had familiarity with both Stephanie White, who was hired by the Fever in the offseason after coaching the Sun for 2 seasons, and newly appointed Fever GM Amber Cox, who was president of the Mercury during Bonner's time there and then helped recruit her to Connecticut. Okay, so she's already familiar with the staff, which is good. Again, Stephanie White is an amazing coach. I'm sure it wasn't just the moolah, okay? Because again, DeWanna Bonner will be away from her wife. Again, they're raising 2 little girls, okay? That's a lot. Okay, she's going to be in Indiana and Indy, whereas her wife, Alyssa Thomas, will be in Phoenix Mercury. I'm sorry. She'll be a Mercury, at Phoenix Mercury, but she'll be in Phoenix, Arizona. Okay, 2 totally different regions of the U.S., right? So again, it's like the fact that I'm sure that money talked. And Stephanie White is the head coach. I would love to play for Stephanie White. She's an amazing, incredible coach. It says, after being one of the most consistently successful WNBA franchises in recent history, the Sun now face a complete rebuild after all 5 starters have either signed or been traded to new teams. And I'm going to speak more about this tomorrow. I'm about to break it down because, honestly, the Connecticut Sun is a hot mess. It says Alyssa Thomas, Bonner's fiance, was courted and traded to the Mercury. Brianna Jones left for the Dream, and both DeJanae Carrington and Ty Harris were traded to the Wings. Guys, I got to bring it up, okay? This is just the irony of this game. Again, this adds on to the more of the storylines, the juiciness of the WNBA as it relates to its players and the relationships between each other. Also, as it relates to the relationship between the players, teams, and the fans of certain teams. Now, in the last 2024 WNBA season, Alyssa Thomas, who happens to be engaged to DeWanna Bonner, who has now been traded to the Indiana Fever, she had this to say. Alyssa Thomas, and I quote, "In my 11-year career, I've never experienced the racial comments from the Indiana Fever fan base. It's unacceptable, honestly," Thomas said. "There's no place for it. We've been professional throughout the whole entire thing, but I've never been called the things that I've been called on social media." Again, guys, these players are human beings, okay? It's not okay to harass people, degrade people based on their gender, okay, their sex, orientation, their ethnic group, their language, or religious, religious preference, their faith, or whatever. Alyssa Thomas is like, you know what? I haven't received such nastiness. Same thing with DeJanae Carrington said. Okay, a lot of the players are like, you know what? It's not all. Again, it is not all. Okay, hashtag not all. Okay, not all Indiana Fever fans are misogynistic, racist, homophobic, and all the nastiness, right? But in this past 2024 WNBA season, if we're keeping it real, there was a certain element that has become attracted to the Indiana Fever. And again, what I'm gonna say right now is it's gonna be very interesting. Okay, we are headed into interesting times as it pertains to this upcoming 2025 WNBA season because Alyssa Thomas is now a Phoenix Mercury, her wife being an Indiana Fever. Okay, they will be playing against each other, and now her wife, her significant other, who they're raising 2 little girls together, is now playing for a team who she's like, you know what? This fan base is just nasty. But guys, back to the hoops, okay? Indiana Fever is trying to get this championship. Okay, they're like, we can't let this hype of surrounding Caitlin Clark die out. We can't, we got to give her something. And this is a good choice. Again, DeWanna Bonner was locking Caitlin Clark up in the playoffs, okay, in the past 2024 WNBA season when they were in Uncasville, Connecticut. Okay, they was on Connecticut Sun's turf, their territory. That was their home court. Again, Stephanie White, again, this is the brilliance of this woman. She put her lateral length, okay, her lateral length. If DeWanna Bonner stands at 6'4", hold on, guys. Don't just quote I don't want to just put out a number. Let me just Google it right quick. DeWanna Bonner wingspan. Because this is how brilliant Stephanie White is as a coach, okay? It says DeWanna Bonner's wingspan. It says her wingspan is 7'4". 4 inches, okay? Stephanie White was able to put DeWanna Bonner's length, okay, that lateral length, on top of who? Caitlin Clark. She was locking that girl up in the playoff season. I'm sure Stephanie White, Caitlin Clark again. Stephanie White is now the head coach of the Indiana Fever. They moved those pieces around on that chess board. It was like, you know what Caitlin Clark needs. Okay, we got not Alyssa. I'm sorry, I'm tripping. We got Aaliyah Boston, 6'5". Okay, that's a good power forward / center. We need another one. Okay, 6'4" DeWanna Bonner, who is athletic. She has that prowess. She's pretty consistent as a scorer, passing that ball, giving out assists. These are the pieces that Caitlin Clark need and the Indiana Fever need as a whole to make it into the playoffs, the semifinals, the finals, and possibly win a championship. This is basketball IQ. Guys, comment down below your thoughts on DeWanna Bonner joining the Indiana Fever. Tell me how you think that this will be a help to the Indiana Fever, because I'm telling you right now, she is giving all pros. I don't see any negatives besides, again, her age. Again, she's 37 years of age. She's getting up there, possibly, in the retirement age rim. But again, DeWanna Bonner going to the Indiana Fever, this is a huge asset to Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever as a whole. They might just make the damn championship, guys, this year. DeWanna Bonner, you are an Indiana Fever.